Hi, this is Christa Clark with ArtisticVegan.com. Welcome to episode 5 of What I Eat in a Day. We had a lot of really good food on this particular day. I had recently gone to the market, so I had a lot of fresh food to pull from. We started our day with a cup of coffee. We enjoyed it with some coconut milk and homemade stevia. I did also add a few drops of the alchemical elixir of the Anunnaki for an extra boost. For breakfast, we had a smoothie with 3 big oranges peeled and 13 frozen strawberries. I created a similar smoothie in my recent Artistic Vegan show number 2 and loved it so well, we had it again. This is an excellent source of vitamin C, fiber, vitamin B, and is a wonderful way to start the day. I added a handful of fresh raspberries since we had them, 1 teaspoon of moringa powder, a half teaspoon of reishi and chaga mushroom powder, a dash of resveratrol and elderberry powder, and lately I've been adding a big spoon of chia seeds for a natural boost of energy. Blend it up and then pour into 2 glasses, and I served ours with a strawberry on the side. It's simple, it's pretty, it's healthy, and it's very tasty. We took a walk before lunch and our cat came along. She's kind of like a little dog. And this was her after the walk. Pooped. She was panting like a dog. Look at her belly. She's breathing really hard. For recovery and lunch, we started with quinoa. I had about 1 1/4 cups in a bag, so that's how much I used. It's a 1-to-2 ratio, 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water, so you can increase or decrease as you prefer. So this was 1 1/4 cups of quinoa to 2.5 cups of water. And I did make a nice big batch, so I'd have extra on hand for future meals as I was mix and place in a rice cooker or cook over the stove. Steam some asparagus. I just put some on the stove over a strainer with a little water in the bottom of a pot and then covered it with the lid. It works well for a makeshift option, though you can use a steamer if you have one. Take the ends off the asparagus. I snapped ours in half so they'd all fit in there, but you don't have to. I like to have a big salad on hand, so I took 1 head of lettuce, chopped it up, some Nepalis in the fridge that I needed to use. This is a cactus. They refer to it as the steak of the desert. It's full of protein. You can also use green bell pepper. I added 2 stalks of celery chopped, 1 carrot peeled and diced fine, two small beets peeled and diced. And we really love the benefits of beets, so I like to add them in when I can. I added some fresh herbs, some cilantro, and a little bit of parsley, and chopped that up. 1 cup of pumpkin seeds, a good handful of Brazil nuts, and chopped them up. Added some cherry tomatoes, about a cup of those. I thought it would be good to add a little spice, so I added some serrano. About a 1/4 to a 1/3 cup of cranberries. Mix that up and then place your desired amount onto 2 plates and save the rest for future meals. I find we eat more salad if we have it prepared and on hand. take some cooked quinoa and place it in a packed cup. We used 1 cup of quinoa on each plate. Then add the steamed asparagus and season the asparagus with some fresh lemon juice. You can also add the leftover lemon juice to the salad if you like. It'll help keep it fresh and it tastes good. Add a bit of freshly ground black pepper. Sprinkle of salt. Then for the salad, I used our favorite creamy balsamic. It's an oil-free dressing found on my blog. It's one of our absolute favorites. And there you have it, a nice, big, plant-based, whole foods lunch free of oil, dairy, gluten, and only full of foods that'll make your body vibrate and smile. I was gonna use an avocado in our lunch, but it was spotty, quite literally, so I salvaged as much as I could and decided to make a very small but tasty dessert. I used the chocolate peanut butter mousse recipe on my blog. It was a small avocado, so it made a very small amount, but it'll be enough for later. I placed that in the fridge once it was blended up. We constantly snack on nuts. We love cashews. I had a handful or 3 while prepping dinner. I had tons of fresh tomatoes, so we had fresh tomato soup. I filled the blender up with tomatoes, and I added salt and pepper to taste. I'd say about a teaspoon each. And a fresh handful of basil, I believe it was around 7 leaves. Blend until smooth and pour into a small pot. Cover and heat for about 20 minutes and it'll kind of thicken up and get really fragrant. I recently made a new recipe for a homemade baguette free of gluten, dairy, oil, and yeast, and we got to enjoy the leftovers. So I took some coconut oil, placed it on the inside, then placed that face down on a hot grill. I added some fresh mushrooms to the side of the pan to cook. Spread on some Dijon mustard and some homemade vegan cheese I had handy with a sprinkle of onions. Took the mushrooms, put those on top, sealed that baby and let it melt together. I turned off the heat and then added lettuce, tomato slices, and a little fresh basil for something different. Closed the sandwich, admired it, and proceeded to cut it in half. We had our half a sandwich in a bowl of homemade tomato soup and were thrilled with our dinner. For dessert, the grand finale of our day, we had some hot chocolate. I used about 2 cups of water and 1 80% cacao small chocolate bar, our favorite. And with about 1/2 cup of coconut milk, a dash of pure vanilla extract, a drizzle of agave or your favorite sweetener. You can skip this, but I do like it. I also added a splash of stevia, and sometimes I add a very tiny pinch of salt. Whisk together. Allow it to get hot but not too hot, removing it before it simmers, and pour into 2 mugs. Serve with the chocolate peanut butter mousse and a small cup with a few raspberries on top. And that's it. That was our day of vegan eating. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the recipes. Please stay tuned as I've concocted the most amazing vegan burgers. A lot of time and research went into making the perfect burger, and I think I found it. My husband said they could be patented and sold, so don't miss out. You can buy my book on Amazon or artisticvegan.com, now available as a PDF for only $9.99. Please visit my blog for the latest free recipes, as well as a nice selection of products that will continue to grow. And you can also find my husband, Gerald Clark, at geraldclark77.com. Thanks for watching. To your health and happiness.